Hey, popular people, it is Mark and Carlo. Welcome to another episode.
Maybe I should just do the bit like every other time where I interrupt you when you start.
I appreciate you doing it in a lower tone, making it even more muddled. I still haven't even figured out what the fuck my intro is, I don't think. 'Cause I don't know if I've actually done a full intro. I'm going with, it's Mark and Carlo. Welcome to another episode of the MPGiS podcast, but I'll never know. I'll never fucking know what the end of my intro is. So
Go ahead. I'm gonna lay out for you. Hit it, baby.
Not gonna do it again.
Give us that sweet intro, bro.
Not gonna do it again because I'll have to edit it out. This is one of those podcasts where it's like, have I already listened to this episode? Oh no, they just do the same fucking thing for the first 30 seconds of every goddamn podcast.
Mark, thank you for joining us, fresh off the golf course, apparently.
Why don't you go fuck yourself, you candy cane princess?
Mark just finished a round of 18 and going, yeah.
Let me explain to you something. Let me explain what you've just done, you fuck. Because if you don't think, I didn't think 2, 3, 4 times about wearing this shirt, being like, is that a shirt? Because all I normally wear is a fucking black t-shirt.
Right.
Because
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
so fucking mortified whenever anyone has anything to say about the way I look. God forbid. And so, but with this camera and this setup, whenever I wear a black t-shirt, it just gets like super dark black. You can't see it. So I don't fucking have colors. You fucking dick. And so I think I've worn out all the other shirts I have. So I was like, I'll wear this polo shirt. Not really what I normally wear, but fuck it. And then right out the gate, you have nailed. Now I won't bother. I may burn this shirt. I definitely you won't see this ever again on the podcast, folks. Soak it in. This shirt not coming back, because just like all human beings, I have horrible self-esteem and I'm terrified of ever being judged.
Which is why we make comedy.
You fucking piece of shit.
Look how ridiculous I am. It's also funny because, obviously.
I like we're both wearing red.
Yeah, we never talk about what we're going to wear. We just show up. And it's like,
well, that's weird. I mean, this is because this is a podcast and we're doing this remotely. We're not in a studio or anything. I'm like, do you have to wear something? I mean, who really gives a shit? But
you want me to take my shirt off?
No, you do, because maybe your co-host is a piece of shit.
He's an asshole.
God damn.
Anyway, did you finish in the top 50 in the Masters or out of the money?
For the record, I do golf. Okay, I have worn this golfing, but it's not my golf shirt. It doesn't breathe as well. Okay,
makes sense. You gotta get that
go fuck yourself. Looking. And all my golf shirts have some little thing written here that I really don't want to wear. I don't ever try to wear logos or anything. I'm so fucking terrified.
It's been a long time since we've hung out. I didn't realize you're a golfer now, for real.
Oh yeah. No, I'm a straight up middle-aged man now. Golfing and everything.
Damn.
Ooh, but here's a story that you will love. Boy, talk about an off topic. This has got fuck all to do with everything. But this is the irony maybe of me. So I do not wear, I am almost always in blue jeans and a black t-shirt. I really like that kind of uniform, like Doug Funny, talk about topical looks, but basically like every day I'm in the same outfit just because it's easy for me. I don't have to stress out about what am I going to wear? How does this look? Is some fucking asshole going to make a comment about it? But so I normally just, but if I go golfing or something, I'm probably wearing a polo or something. I went to my buddy AJ, who by the way has been brought up 13 times on this podcast.
He's gonna have to be on the podcast now.
He's got nothing to do with this show. He's all over this fucking podcast. It's okay. He'll never listen. He literally couldn't name the show. I talked to him the other day. He's like, right, the for the girls in the schools thing, right? And I'm like, you don't even fucking know the name of it. He's like, I do not.
It's been 15 years.
It's been most of my life. The most impactful thing. You were okay. But anyway, I go to he invites me to a golf tournament he got invited to. It is being put on by a really expensive clothing brand. I don't know what the fuck they're called. Who cares?
FUBU.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it wasn't FUBU, but some big golf clothing brand. So we go and we play, and after the game, you get to go to this like huge little display with all these clothes.
It's huge and little? I'm being such an asshole to you today. I'm sorry.
Dude, fucking turn it down.
I'm being a dick, man. I can't help it.
I'm about to fucking climb through the screen and knock the shit out of you. People are really not going to like this, Carlo. You're gonna, I mean, you might see some negative comments. I would not be surprised.
I'm this close to getting the crowd to turn against me.
I can tell you right now, the MPGiS audience would love to hear the end of my golf tournament story.
I actually really want to as well.
Okay, so I go and there's all these clothes and they're like, you can pick whatever you want. You can have something, one free thing. Yeah. Because this was like a corporate event that I should not have been there. There were like famous people there. I got to go with AJ because I think he worked for a radio station or some shit. Like we had no business, but all of it was like super like, let's call it confident clothing.
Okay.
Meaning, like pink polos, bright pastels. Like you wear this because you have self-confidence and you're not worried about someone judging you. Mm-hmm. I'm never going to wear any of this. You would wear all of it. You have much more confidence. You're proud to wear what I mean. That's just not me. So I'm like, I don't really want any of this. So what I do is I go, I'll tell you what, I asked there's a person working. I'm like, what's the most expensive thing? It's like, if I can have one free thing, what's the most expensive? She gives me, and it's all golf clothes. She goes, oh, well, it is a pair of overalls.
What?
Golf overalls. These beige overalls, they're like made of like canvas. They have like a little golf symbol thing. Like they were designed and they're made supposedly for golf. They're like T things, but they just look like beige overalls. And I'm like, crazy. And I'm like, how much are these? $300.
Shut the fuck up.
And I'm like, can I have them? And they're yeah. So I own a $300 pair of overalls.
Holy shit.
That I have worn once on a golf course. And everyone was like, who is this fucking asshole?
You're like, who is this redneck showing up to golf in overalls?
I am sure, like, if I, owned a record label and was a billionaire, I could show up to a golf course wearing them. They'd be like, look at that style. That's fucking awesome. Good for that dude.
Fuck.
That being said, very comfortable.
Really?
While golfing, keeps your pants up. You're wearing straps like suspenders. I loved it. I will never wear them again. But I do love that I own for as basic a bitch as I am when it comes to clothing, I do have a $300 pair of overalls because I thought it was funny as shit.
There you go. That's a smart move. I also want to share a fun story about your friend AJ.
Too bad. Save it for the next podcast.
While we're here, as we mentioned in our first episode, I met my wife at your wedding.
Yes.
Right? Do you know the connection that AJ has to the relationship with me and my wife? Have I told you this? I don't even know if you've heard this story.
I don't know. I hope it's not too close of a connection.
Definitely not like that. Yeah. So the reception been going on for a while. I was having a grand old time.
You were shit-faced.
I was playing a bunch of terrible music from the early 2000s. Crazy Town, Soulja Boy. It was lovely. And
I remember people complaining about you. Continue.
Complaining or, giving me a round of applause, whatever.
Mostly you running up to people being like, no, play this, you go play this.
Fucking put this on.
You were that guy.
Yeah. And so AJ was getting ready to leave.
Right.
And I was like, AJ, where are you going? We're going to have so much fun. We're going to meet girls. It's going to be the best. And he looks around. He looks at me. He's like, Carlo, I'm going home. There are no girls here for us to meet. You will not be meeting any girls tonight. Little did he know, my wife happened to be getting a drink at the bar. And
I believe there were two girls left. He's like, Carlo, there's two girls here.
Exactly.
It's not going to happen.
And that was my wife and her best friend, who was the person who brought her to your wedding. And
that's right.
15 minutes later, I had met the woman that I would spend the rest of my life with and who would have my babies.
I do remember
AJ. On that, AJ.
I do remember AJ telling me, like, he was like, dude, we're gonna meet some girls. And he's like, no, you're not, Carlo. He goes, and sure enough, motherfucker did.
And then
met and married.
She is downstairs with our daughter right now, in case you hear that in the background.
AJ Gordon, who's really, the unspoken hero of Most Popular Girls in School. I shot the first episode in his apartment, and it was his podcast equipment that we used to record almost the entire first season.
Yep. Yeah,
he does not remember the name of the show. He could not care less. I don't know if he's ever seen a single episode. Good guy, though.
I was not expecting the first 10 minutes to be so AJ heavy, but there you go.
I didn't expect it to be so golf heavy, but we really found a way. I don't know why we sit there trying to think of what this is going to be. Right. Clearly, we're just going to go off the rails yelling at each other.
By the way, shirt looks nice on you.
I'll never wear it again.
Now that no one's recording it. Now that there's no cameras on, it's a good look for you, man.
I'll cut this into the back. So in this episode, we're talking about episodes 9 and 10 of season 1. We're talking about pre-pep rally energy drink is episode 9. So this is, the infamous shitting episode where we really tried to test How funny is poop humor
How
to this
funny
audience?
is it? And as we've established, if you see a lot of poop, that's me. If you hear a lot of cursing, that's Mark.
And this must have gone somewhat okay because we ended up doing the whoopsie poopsie, which was really the extreme end of the poop humor.
Well, we still like that was the first time that we saw poop, where we actually had to make poop, like,
which was a risky choice. We were not sure how the internet fans or just censors would take that.
Yeah.
But but what's wrong with refried beans?
The poop is all still theoretical.
Yeah.
Lots of sounds though. Lots of sounds.
Well, and this episode is interesting because this was probably, now we're in episode 9. I'm not getting better at stop motion animation, but I am trying to get a little bit more strategic with it. So like in this one, when all the characters are in the stalls, we had to build a giant stall for them. And I couldn't, because they're all sitting and I needed them to kind of be on a toilet. I was like, how can I animate this? Because if you try to set a Barbie on something, one, they can't pivot at their hips. They can't do any of this movement. So, and if you don't glue them down, they're just going to fall off. So I was like, how do I do this? So this was the first episode where I actually used like a rig where basically what I did was I took like a tripod like this and glued their butt onto it. And then this can pivot left and right so that they could just go boop, boop. So you'll see when they're pooping, it's like, and it was like so easy to animate. So on that, I was like, ooh, this is interesting. I should maybe start using like rigs and actual devices to help with the motion as opposed to me holding it and getting my thumb in the frame.
Every step of the way with this show, it was we will learn, but we will take the longest route to get there.
This was also the episode where we go to the Van Buren household.
Yep.
Which, man, talk about a ridiculous set that we had to build.
I remember you trying to build that thing and just like making the cabinets for it and just like what a pain in the ass it was, especially because you had to figure out a way to wedge Michaela in there, who is this tall.
Yeah, she's just on stools all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, the cabinets, when we get to them, one, they're super small. I mean, the house doesn't really make sense what this is.
No.
But it was a thing of like, I think I used pictures of cabinets.
That's right. That's what
and
it was.
Glued them onto a box to give them kind of a 3-dimensional look, which I doubt worked. So much of this show, especially early on, worked because I was filming at such a shallow depth of field, which depth of field means like, the characters in focus and everything behind them is blurry as shit. And usually, especially in stop motion, you don't see too much crazy depth of field because usually people want to show off everything on the set. I used it to hide everything. That was like, this show looked somewhat okay because everything was blurry except for just the character. It was the only way we could get away with anything. It was only later when we actually started having good sets, you're going to start seeing more depth of field where it's like, let's show off because this is actually pretty fucking incredible.
Where it's like, oh, let's make sure we can see Than's 15 dildos in his hotel room.
Oh yeah. Oh, when we get to season 5 and we had that entire bread cafe and like this opening scene, I was like, no, we're gonna milk the shit out of this. We're gonna show every inch of it. But in these scenes, I'm just like, it needs to be as blurry as shit. Just give me the character's face, and even if they're out of focus, fuck it, doesn't matter.
Well, and I think is also at this point we'd been doing it for long enough that you'd realized not to let me help with sets. That I was just going to fuck it up.
Zero artistic ability manually. You're very artistic and impressive graphic design wise. If you guys have seen any of the thumbnails or any MPGiS logos and graphics, that's pretty much all Carlo. Unless it's shitty, then I may have done
put something in my hands. And I'm fucking useless because like there would be things like where I'd be like, I can help. Let me give you a hand, and like that bus in episode 6 that's just like randomly like makes no sense. I was like, no, we got a sticker of a bus. I got it, Michael's.
It'll totally work because it's smaller than them. It'll look like it's far away. It's like, it's going to look like a piece of cardboard with astroturf underneath it. But
and we had not been working together long enough that you were still being polite to me.
Right? Yeah, that's such a funny point of like, we had not quite... we were not, because we were not friends when we started this. I mean, not to say we knew each other, we were friendly, but we didn't really know each other at all.
Just acquaintances.
So it was, you were obviously willing to do whatever I asked because you knew how much I had been doing. And I was not going to like tell you suck because I don't know you enough to know that that's okay. Now, by God, I will. But yeah, and what a partner I picked, guys, to do a stop motion career, to start an entire stop motion company with a guy who, quote unquote, put something in his hands and he can't do shit with it.
Can't do shit.
Really pick. I really know how to pick them there.
Whether it's tools or a camera, do not trust
Carlo,
me with
please
it.
get off the set. Please walk away, Carlo. You can't help. You're not helping. No.
Carlo, please go help the office staff. Please go send another email. Write some copy for the Instagram.
Stop gluing pictures of little teen magazine photos all over the walls. No,
You're
it's
not
what it's gonna
helping.
look like. I wonder when in our relationship we did kind of start to have that. You know what it was? It was honestly probably when we started filming outros and stuff together.
Oh, that's true. That makes sense. Yeah.
When we did the first behind the scenes and we're kind of laughing that we're getting it wrong. We don't know how to quite do it. I'm sure that's when we really started, because then we started to do that banter of just kind of like, oh, you're pissing me off. Da, da, da.
Yep.
Not that it's an act. Don't love it. It's still pissing me off.
There's a reason why we live thousands of miles away now.
But I think that is probably what really started to do it. And then also, over time, we've just gone through very difficult things, very hard things. And look, we've had serious fights, very big arguments where we really disagreed.
In the middle
and got
of Las
into
Vegas casinos.
Oh, I don't fucking remember that.
You remember that?
No, God
We
damn
had like
it.
a
No, I don't.
screaming match, like when we were in Vegas for an award show.
God damn it. What was that about? I can kind of remember that. Oh, it was
the dumbest argument. It was.
I know what it's about. Hold on. That's so embarrassing.
Let's go.
We
should get into it. It's so funny. It's so stupid.
That's so embarrassing that we argued about that.
It's so bad. So we were in Vegas for, it wasn't the Streamies. It was another thing like the Streamies. It was some internet TV thing where we were nominated for Best Animated Series.
Wrong. We were nominated for Best Costuming.
Nope. It's not.
No?
We were nominated for Best Costumes at the Streamies.
Oh, fuck, man. I don't remember shit.
The Vegas one, we were nominated
Best Animated Series.
Yeah, Best Animated Series or Best Comedy Series.
Yeah.
And we were having an argument over who we thank. How do we need to thank our agents? Do we need how do we need to spend the entire time talking about the fans? I don't even know how it got so heated because it was such a dumb topic and we didn't win. That was the other part of it.
That was what's so fucking embarrassing is we're sitting here having a screaming match about who to thank if we win and we fucking didn't. Like, how pathetic that we were like, we're probably going to win, so we need to know what the fuck we're going to say so we don't look like idiots.
We had prep our fucking speech like it's the fucking Oscars and it's I don't remember what the name of the award show was at the fucking MGM Grand in Las Vegas in a random ballroom.
I'm going to tell you right now, today, Mark and Carlo, we have been humbled more than once. We've been humbled so many times now that our egos can't get away with us.
It's true.
But back then, it was like, oh shit, we're starting to be awesome. We're going to thank our agents when we fucking win this award. Oh, God damn it. I hate us. I forgot we got a huge screaming match. Well, the reason why it got so heated and something that we do know about each other is you and I will take a stupid argument and we'll go straight to the top with it.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And it doesn't mean we'll hate each other.
Nope.
But we are capable. I mean, we've had some legendary arguments.
Yep.
Ooh, maybe will be a segment of podcast down the road is we'll grab some of our past arguments that we disagree on and we'll just have it out.
Oh my God, yeah. We need to have like some of our former employees on as a guest during that time for that.
Oh yeah. When we used to have the production studio and like the show going, like we'd have people in the office around us and watch me and Carlo just screaming at each other about shit like, is sugar candy?
Is chocolate a candy?
Oh, is chocolate a candy? Is chocolate a candy or is it an ingredient? We don't have to get into it, Carlo, but we got into some major
that divided the whole
matches.
Office. We lost a day of work because of that dumb shit.
Oh my God. Anyway, jumping
into
energy
drinks. 20 minutes in. Let's go.
20 minutes in. Let's actually watch some MPGIS.
Also, a little behind the scenes moment before we started recording. Mark and I were both wondering. We were like, "Do you got anything to talk about before we jump into the episode?" It's like, no, we'll probably just jump into it. Now, 22 minutes in. We have
a lot to get off our chest about each other, so this is easy enough. Actually,
yeah,
this
exactly.
is a lot cheaper than therapy,
right?
All right, so pre-pep rally energy drinks.
God, it starts with just giant farts.
All the pooping sounds. Brittany, obviously the best because I could get her legs up and do
Yeah,
this.
exactly. She's got the full dexterity.
This is also just some of the wilder lines. Like,
Oh my
I feel like
God.
I'm having an abortion.
I think somebody
Also,
laxatives in our
everything Garrett says is improvised.
Completely. All the
Squirtle.
sounds, the Squirtle. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my best guess. I couldn't say for certain without doing a
And I think with each of the actors here, we were like, we'd record something off of the script and then just start riffing.
Yeah. I mean, especially with the poopy and stuff.
She comes
Look
into
how
her knee.
fucking short she is. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh, we used a little pink chair. There you go.
Yeah. Which we didn't clock has a Barbie logo on it.
X-Lax into a fucking drink, okay?
Oh, the X-Lex that Shay's holding, that is a piece of a rug from my apartment. I just cut a chunk off of a
You
rug.
finally got to use the rug there.
Yeah, I think that is what happened. I think I just was like, oh, I'll just use this. That'll work.
Also, Michaela was born in 2003. That means that today she would be 23.
Yeah, these are little
Look at
things we
that.
didn't realize we probably shouldn't have done.
Yep.
Oh my God, Deandra, they got you too.
Who got me? The 3 tostadas that I had for lunch? Yes.
This bathroom stall, like when I first put it in a stall, like the actual size of a stall, they couldn't move at all. So this bathroom stall is like 5 feet wide, like as far as proportionally, but you know, they needed room. And then we had an actual little toilet we were really proud of.
Oh, that's
Doesn't
right. I
make it
remember
into
that.
this.
Yeah.
Already did not knew about
This is us also just like finding like what's funny about Deandra of like the dumb like elements of her that somehow
Yeah.
work with her.
Yeah, it's interesting what characters are like dumb. Like Shay's pretty dumb.
Yep.
Deandra isn't dumb, but she's not. Let's say she's not creative.
Yeah, exactly. where she's like, I think I'm smarter than everybody else, so fuck it. I'm not gonna dignify this with a good lie.
Oh, Mackenzie Zales, we are gonna get you. We are gonna get you.
So you see that little rug in her hand.
That makes sense. Now
It
that
looks
I
like
look at it.
it doesn't look like a box. I mean, it could have.
What is it, Michaela?
Oh, and then we have Mrs. Van Buren.
Dave Rosowski, the fucking legend of all legends in improv. Like, getting him to do this, like, we felt like big shit.
See, I told you.
And it's so interesting because again, it's hard to find adult dolls or adult-looking dolls.
Right.
So this is obviously a Barbie we put a basketball
I
in
think
her shirt.
is it a
glued to her
Cameron
belly.
with a haircut?
Yes, but make sure when they drink
It might be. It
I
might be a
think-
Cameron doll with a haircut.
while
I think it might be a Brittany with a haircut.
Oh yeah, no, it is a Brittany with a haircut. You're right, and a basketball
yeah.
in her shirt.
kill them.
Yeah. So Mrs. Van Buren is a Brittany doll with a haircut.
Going to the high
Yep.
school, not fucking build a bed.
Because we had to buy so many Britneys to get the cheer uniforms.
Buy an abdomen and
So we had a
empty
bunch of
box
spare
wine.
Britneys.
What?
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Is that when did we do buy? Oh, we did buys before when they're in the
Episode three.
cafeteria. This is just
yeah.
we're establishing this is what the whole family does.
Yeah, and I think it was Aaron Krebs, that actually came up with that. Because I remember him talking about how like
Oh, yeah.
one of his girlfriend's friends at the time like did that, and it was the most annoying thing to him.
What about Brittany and
Now, whenever I hear anyone do that, like in the wild, I'm like, I wonder if that's from
Like, you steal that
us
from
or
us? You steal
yeah. I mean, people could fucking do it, but
But that doesn't
No, you know what? No, they can't.
matter.
Or, let's call a lawyer.
And to get it, we need to fuck Shay Van Buren's life.
fuck it right
in
in the
Now
ass.
live.
Also, this episode, I feel like
Dildo.
Kate as Mackenzie just like this like unlocked so much for us of like the things that she could do from a voice acting perspective.
Yeah.
And just like the get out of me was fully improvised.
So there's also only 4 bathroom stalls clearly in the opening shot. All 4 girls were in a bathroom stall, and then these 2 just came out of the
They were
bathroom
just
stall.
hanging out in the bathroom while these ridiculous shits are taking place. Just like
There's
that
not enough
smells
stalls.
So bad. Yeah.
So they would have had to. Also, not a stall for him to have been into a stall. It's like, what if there's 17
It's a
stalls?
magic bathroom.
Episode. And don't forget to like it and leave a bunch of awesome comments.
And then there was also this period where we had these we did these outros that who we had no idea how YouTube would evolve.
Well, yeah, this is back at this time when we were on YouTube. You had to like build it in, and then you draw like a little box around it for a clickable
Exactly.
thing. I don't even know. I mean, now I think you just put stuff over it.
Yeah.
like links, and I don't even know if we've updated these, but also it was the thing of like, rarely are there YouTube shows where you're watching a show from a year ago, watching videos from a year ago, you know? So we just had a unique thing of like, oh, fuck, all these episodes end like this. Maybe we'll make a survey for this episode, but I think I'm going to try to go and cut all the episodes so it's just the front and the back and leave out all the tails and like string them all together. I don't know if you upload them all as one piece or if you do several videos and you make it a playlist. I don't know what the best solution is.
So I think there's a couple of things that we can do, and you know, let's get the opinion of the people in the comments or wherever you're listening to this. We could upload the entire series as like one long movie where everything is just cut together,
or each season,
right? Each season, or we could also do a live feed where we just have a constant live feed of Most Popular Girls playing at all times. You never have to turn it off.
I'll add this survey to our YouTube or the Spotify. You can vote on either one. Let us know if you guys are interested in any of those, and we'll cut them together and do that for you. Because I did notice that I was dumbfounded to see that almost like 30% of the views that we get are on televisions.
It's insane.
Which is awesome. Super cool.
Love it.
Can't imagine seeing that episode on your TV, but there's people out there doing it. God bless them.
It. Please do it. Please do it more. But yeah, so that was pre-pep rally energy drinks. That was the joke, was that it's a tongue twister. And I feel like we really put Garrett through the ringer saying it as many times as possible. Yeah.
Oh, I think same with who else had to say it? I think Michaela says it, or maybe Shay.
Yeah. This episode, it has so much of like what's foundational to the show, right? It's pooping, it's lots and lots of cursing, lots of grossness, and then that dynamic with the cheerleaders and the Van Burens having this war that is so beyond high school, right?
Right.
It is, it's attack and counterattack.
Well, and that's such a like, that gag is like a classic gag, or not classic gag, but like it's what you'd see in old school shows. Exactly. Somebody giving somebody X-Lax. Whereas now I'm sure you get arrested for poisoning if you did that shit.
Is there a thing like when I think of that prank, I know what pops in my head. Is there a specific reference to you from a TV or movie?
Interesting.
From where we I don't know if we pulled it from where I'm thinking, but
I don't think so. I mean, immediately I was actually thinking of Stand By Me with the throw up story, which isn't right, but also probably American Pie.
Oh, see, for me, it's Three Ninjas.
Oh, Three Ninjas. Oh, let's do a podcast about Three Ninjas.
Fuck this show. We're going to do a Three Ninjas podcast.
Dude, if we bring back the F Your Show podcast,
oh my God.
Three Ninjas makes my 90s B movies.
We should talk about what's aged the worst in here that maybe we can't say anymore, or is also like one of my favorite jokes ever.
Oh, sure.
Right. But
I don't think it's aged the worst. I think it is that thing of...
It's just too true.
Right. Exactly. And so, so the joke I'm sure you're talking about is I'm 18 years old and 110 pounds. I think I know how to put X-Lax into a drink. So it is.
It's a fucking dark shit, man.
It is. It's one of my favorite jokes.
It's a great joke. It's
one of like our first early on kind of like, that's just like a joke. That's
We're gonna
like
fucking go for it. Exactly.
And I think why it's okay, because I agree with you. Like nowadays you'd think you can't be making that kind of joke. But I think if it's the character making it,
right,
you can. If someone is making it about them, then I think it's different. Now you're attacking somebody who could have an eating disorder. Shay's saying like, a fucking course I do. I know what I'm doing. It's almost like that Zoolander thing where they do it in that movie where it's like, we all do that, of course, I think that's how you get away with it.
Yeah.
But it definitely is one of those jokes that was fun to write in that place that we're starting to kind of dip our toe into, like, not edgy, but what can you do with this and it's still fun and great? That's my favorite kind of joke to make.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it hits so strongly, and the other part of it, I think, works so well is because we just breeze right by it. Is because it's not played for like stop for a laugh, right?
It's a joke that was in a lot of like whenever we cut trailers, we'd always put that line in because it just works all as one little line, no setup and no call and response and stuff. And
it's also part of like there's a part of it that's calling out like all the Barbie dolls at the time that were all the exact same size.
Well, yeah, it was definitely making fun of the fact that Barbie is an impossible physical body, which of course was its own little like drama and stuff, especially back then. And we were just making fun of that. Like, yeah, exactly. These are impossible ideals and they're probably not achieving them in healthy ways.
But yeah, I think what's funny is if we were making this show now, like I'm sure that there's a pregnant Barbie that we could just buy.
There was a pregnant Barbie, and they did that in the Barbie movie, and it was very problematic and weird as shit. Again, we still just did not have a whole lot of money. And those things would have been like not off the shelf. Everything we had to get was off the shelf. We weren't even digging through eBay, really.
Well, and also you can tell with Mrs. Van Buren, like it's a basketball underneath her, but in order to make the basketball fit, we had to like cut a little like cut out at the bottom of her shirt so that it would actually stretch and not
give
just
it wings.
Rip.
There's many shots where you can see that orange basketball. And then, of course, obviously, we then later, because we realized, oh, fuck, we made her pregnant and we're just going to keep doing episodes. Are we going to do a baby? And it's like, nah. We're just going to say she's not pregnant.
Exactly.
She's an alcoholic with a little beer belly.
Yeah. But talking about Mrs. Van Buren, so Dave Rosowski comes in. So Dave Rosowski was an improv teacher at IO. And like an improv legend. So he was, I don't know if he was like the coach or the director of Second City when Stephen Colbert, Steve Carell, Tina Fey, like that whole group, like Dave was there. Dave was in charge of them and was directing them and coaching them. So like
there's a really great sketch you can find on YouTube of Stephen Colbert and Steve Carell doing a Second City bit, and Dave Rosowski's in that sketch.
Yeah. So it's like to then have him come do our Pooping Barbie show was so fucking cool. And he's so game, like he's down for anything, and would every time that he would come in and record would be so excited to just play. And so when we gave him this character, it was like, we can have so much fun. Let's riff. And the more that we started incorporating these improv actors into the show, it helped develop this style of recording that we were kind of figuring out on the fly. Of we're going to have full scripts, but once we get that down on the recording track, then we can play. And that like it really formalized itself.
Well, and I remember with Dave, probably more than anybody, like he was not going to stay on that script.
Right.
Like he was always going to start playing. And so it was like, all right, we're going to keep it loose. We'll find where we need to find things. But luckily he was incredibly funny and always come up with funny ideas. But I just remember early on, I was like, holy shit, man, this guy is going all over the place. Then you just write to that. Once you know, okay, he's gonna dance around a lot. Let's feed him lines he can really work with.
Yeah, that's what's fun about the characters is as these actors kept playing these characters more, we would write to the actors and to their skill sets. And so the character became an infusion of the actor and whatever we wanted to do from a story standpoint. And to your point, like it was like, I'm sure we have plenty of footage of Dave in the recording booth, but like Dave is a very physical actor, right? So like, you know, we would have our recording set up where the mics would be right here and Dave would be all over, right? He'd be doing Mrs. Van Buren, he'd be here, he'd be here, he'd be here.
Dude, that's right. In fact, I think even the audio of this, Miss Van Buren has like a hiss or some stuff because I believe he was way far away from the microphone and we couldn't actually get him to get in there. Yep. At first. I mean, later we got, you know, it all worked. But I think, yeah, and we were early on, we weren't confident enough as the writer creators to be like, hey, you get closer to the microphone. We were just kind of like, thank you so much for being here.
Right. I'm not going to give Dave Rosowski a fucking direction.
So yeah, I think every now and then her audio was a little muffled because of that. That's so funny. It definitely was as we wrote, you know, maybe the first time we wrote a character, it would have whatever voice and probably one of our voices. Yeah. And then after a character or an actor comes in, does it, probably changes some lines. Then from that point, I'm writing, what do I want Dave Hill to say?
Exactly.
What does Dave Rosowski say that's going to be funny? What works with his voice? It makes it easier. It makes it so much easier when you have that ability. And we also really made a point to record these shows with everyone in the room. We were not doing most animated shows, all the actors record separately. You go in with the script, you read your lines, and then you leave, and then other actors. With us, it very much kind of like how Bob's Burgers or Archer recorded, where you had, oh no, not Archer, or just Bob's Burgers. Everyone had to be in the room because we knew we were going to play with stuff. And the more we could hear you, you know, throw this line at me and then I could respond, it was so much better. Like I would, if we could, we would always record that way. I think in later seasons, we broke it up a little bit just because everyone had schedules and the episodes were getting way bigger. All of a sudden we had like 10, 12 cast members an episode. But, you know, I think you and I both agree, like when doing animation, having all the actors doing it at the same time is more valuable than any writer's ever going to be.
It made a huge difference and defined the voice of the show doing it like that. And then I think what also grew out of that was that you and I figured out if we voice multiple characters, that means there's always at least 2 characters in a scene that can bounce off of each other. So that we're minimizing the amount of time that an actor is isolated just doing vocals by themselves. We can always have that play spirit.
And I mean, because you do so many characters, Carlo's almost always going to be in the scene. So that's always helpful. I mean, Than was only ever in a few. And then later, when we did season 4, when we had Than and Shaw, that was like so much just Mark and Carlo stuff. And some of my favorite funny bits, because the two of us just trying to fuck with each other and make each other laugh was so much fun.
And we fucking one of the things we agree on is we love making fun of bros.
Exactly. We just love confident, douchey fuckers.
Exactly.
Mostly because we're very upset at how happy they are.
Yeah.
And it upsets us.
I think frequently we had the conversation of like, did we do it wrong? Because all these people that like we looked at in high school, we were like, they're gonna be fucking miserable when they grew up, and then I'm gonna have it made. I'm gonna do something creative. You like look at them, it's like, I don't know. Seems.
All I want to do is just be a cop who has a pension at like 40. I've got a quad and a boat in my garage of my 2-story house in Havasu, and I hit the dunes every weekend. Like, they're living the fucking best life, and I'm over here starving like an artist, being like, oh, I've so much integrity and
we're
plans.
gonna sell a show, I promise.
It's fucking stupid asses. Should have just gone to the academy, cut the hair short, taken the happy route.
Been one of the good ones.
Been one of the good ones. Oh my god. Yes, Carlo. I didn't know that had to be said, but yes, my plan would be.
Look, I'm protecting you in the comments, bro. You guys heard it. Mark thinks cops.
I'll go EMT. I'll go to EMT. That's the same pensions. And then then you're saving lives.
There you go.
Still a bunch of douches.
Firefighter.
You show me an EMT that does not have a tattoo on their shoulder. I'll show you someone who's lying about being an EMT.
Or who's scared to roll up to their sleeve to show you the tattoo on their shoulder.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, like that was always our thought, was get as many people in the room as possible. Max of 4, because we only had 4 mics. But get as many people.
We'd have more people in, but yeah, they wouldn't be talking at the same time.
Yeah, that
we'd have people standing around waiting for their lines. That
was always awkward. Like having a recording session, it's like, all right, you guys are gonna have to share a mic. So when you're gonna say a line, you lean in, make sure you get in the mic, and then back out so the other person can do it.
You, Rachel and Judith, you guys were you and Lily were always having to share mics.
Yeah.
You two don't get your own fucking mics.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, so that was a huge part of our process, was getting as many people in the room as possible, and eventually we got to the point where we were very specific in how we worked. We will script everything. We will get, maybe 2-3 takes of the script verbatim, so that we could have it, because we were also precious about like the jokes that we wrote, of like, we want to make sure that we have those because we spent time crafting those, and a lot of times they worked really well. And then we would do a pass with the actors of like, all right, feel free if you're feeling it in the scene, feel free to riff on a line or change it up in the moment. Just, feel free to play. And then we would do one last take that was like, all right, just for shits and giggles, we know where the scene starts, we know where it ends. Let's fill in the middle with whatever we want.
We always got to do a shits and giggles take.
Yep. And then throughout a lot of the takes, we would maybe stop the scene and be like, what if you said this? Or what if you said this? And we would just be coming up with lines on the fly.
We never had the time. Often you would do like script reads or read throughs before you do a recording when you're writing. Like, we didn't have time for that, obviously. Yeah. So it'd always be when we read the script the first 2 times we do the full recording, I remember because I rarely was I was rarely an actor in the scenes, and I would just be sitting there with my script and notes and being like, okay, changing this joke would be funnier like this. I'm gonna just, and then on the second pass, like, all right, we're gonna make some changes. I want you to say this instead. What if you tried this? Because once you hear everyone doing it, you can hear, okay, this pacing's weird as shit, or that line doesn't sound quite right. And so, again, we're just trying to knock it all out some Friday evening when we have our friends over. I think we, paid them in beer and a burger, maybe.
And I think people don't realize like voice acting is fucking exhausting, and it's very physical.
Yeah.
And so we would get to the end of a lot of those recordings and just be like fucking spent because you're
especially because we wanted to reduce the echo when we were trying to make the audio even better, So we'd hang up moving blankets and it just turned to a fucking furnace in there.
Right. So you like, you can't, you're trying to get the room as small as possible, you're not running air conditioning or a fan or anything. You don't want any background noise. So it would get hot. Lots of people in there. It was a fun little journey there.
All right. Well, speaking of a fun little journey, let's do episode 10 here. We got Gay Van Buren, which has some interesting moments, but also what I really like is there's interesting moments between the cheer squad. I feel like this is when we started to like make a little bit more complex characters and dynamics with Brittany McKenzie, but also with Trisha, and showing like, oh, she's not just an idiot. She's like a sweetheart.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah, this is where we really like start to understand Matthew and Trisha, especially both his characters.
So, I was thinking, if you're not doing anything on the
Just
evening
a
of the
real
27th,
close-up shot of Batman there.
it would be my sincere honor to escort you, Trisha Cappelletti, to the Overland Park.
Oh, there's the first time we mentioned Trisha's last name.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
I didn't realize it was this
Oh,
early.
Dad, you were wrong. Oh, my God.
Oh, this
like
also
right
has
behind.
this
Brittany.
great joke coming up
Oh yeah.
with
Dad,
Trisha.
She just asked me to the prom. Wait, my dress doesn't match with black.
Well,
That joke right there is so great. My dress doesn't match with black. Holy shit. Also, you can see that there's nothing behind the lockers, clearly.
Yes.
It's just shallow behind there.
Well, also at this point, the lockers have been used
Wait,
multiple
the
times, so
evening
they're
of the
starting to
26th
warp a little
with
bit.
bated breath.
Yeah. They're
While
broken.
I wait, though, how about you put your tongue inside of my mouth?
This is where
a little
we're
bit?
really finding the essence of Matthew, of just the smoothness and the gentlemanliness.
See the shadow of my hands in the background of that shot. Really nice stuff.
Now that's what's really gross.
That's a joke that I fucking love.
you guys are
I
not
love
gonna believe how
Matthew
Stephen
being
Carmichael
super
asked me to
gentleman.
prom today.
Love it.
Just being the most
Did
like
you
it's
give
like
the
he's
red heart to your fiancé,
from
the words prom and question mark written in the
like
middle?
Civil War times or something. Pardon me, madame.
Because the fucking heart's still taped to your locker.
Oh, I guess it is. Britt, who asked you to prom?
Actually, it's kind of a long story.
This is where we're like, I don't know. That stuff with them making out was funny in episode 2. Let's do some more.
Well, and we just see he stays off in the back with this backless shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Brittany, is everything bon?
Clearly see the tape in her hair. God, but I do love that shot of Brittany slamming her head into the
Oh yeah,
locker.
I feel like that was like another like jump forward in animation when you were like able to do that.
I was just like, this is a great little quiet moment.
Perhaps it is a skill you should learn, Brittany. That way you won't have to rely on the chafing nightmare.
It's funny because in season
Call
1, Cezanne is way more of a bitch to Brittany than she ever is again.
Yeah, she knows that she's being awful.
Have you been?
She's not just retarded.
Have you been going
And
around
then
school
later
telling
season
people
2, we're
that
like, oh, she thinks we're friends.
Yeah.
So this is when we bring in Carlo Varn, and finally we've been talking about him, which is just Carlo doing a regular person voice.
Yeah, just like the game of Connor DeVarnon is just like he has the shortest answers and doesn't give a fuck, and he's just kind of a mean guy.
Yeah.
And I think Connor DeVarnon's a good example of like,
I told her to meet us
we've never
here.
really found what really worked about this character. He wasn't that funny.
Brittany?
Yeah, there's not much to that
Yeah.
idea.
With good reason.
Yeah.
The last girl we trusted was Taylor McDevitt.
Oh, Jesus.
And then this is setting up season 2.
Overland Park Community Center
Yeah.
film.
Now, we didn't know this was set up season
No,
2. I
that's
think
fine.
we just thought it was a funny little monologue.
Yeah, just like that was a well that we could always go back to was let's give a specific name with some backstory.
The girl's bathroom braiding Cezanne Marguerite's fucking hair.
God, your hair is
Such a silly joke. I love it.
I have grown it since I was a little girl growing in
Hey,
the
I think we talked about this before of like,
we need to
we didn't know who else
strategize.
could be Shay's
Cheerleader
friends. We're like, yeah, I guess
planning something.
Say's her friend.
There's
Yeah,
no
sure.
way they're not
Exactly.
going to
We're
be
like,
Because her sister's
you
not
can't
going to
just
be there every
have
time.
you can't just have Shay's family show up every fucking day to school.
Anything other than like revenge? I just saw this video of a kid online who could light up a light bulb by sticking it in his mouth. I mean, what's going on there, right?
Well, I'm sure we did many
Don't
takes
get
of things
started
that
on
that she saw on
Pac-Man.
Oh
online.
yeah,
Am
just
I
riffing
right?
those.
Old
Shut
school
up.
internet.
It's time for the announcements.
So this is Aaron Krebs, the voice of Cameron Van Buren, being the principal.
My bicycle on
Yep.
the roof.
Principal Nubbins,
That's my only
Yeah.
way to get home.
who we never saw, right? We never saw him.
No. You never see him. He just, at one point he's like locked in his office and you can't get out.
Yeah, I think that's the prom
I
episode.
My
Yeah.
nipples are hard. The finalists for the Overland Park Prom Queen 2000.
Also,
Entirely inappropriate.
do they actually have finalists for prom queen? I didn't go to a regular school, so
Yes.
Yes, because it's like a prom court.
well, yeah. There's prom court, and then
Prom
okay.
court is who did one of them is going to become.
God,
Gotcha, okay.
that's sweet.
Yeah.
Now, time to
Also,
find out
an
what
iconic
those
line, who
lucky
else is
twats
wet
are
in
gonna
here?
have to
I was just
suck
gonna
on
say the
my
same
dick
thing.
hole at prom.
This is when we really let Mackenzie let some vulgarity loose.
Yeah, like
shit.
Kate was
What
just
the
like
fuck
so
do you
good
think
at
you're trying
hitting
to pull
those
here,
like specific
Matthew?
lines,
I'm
like
not trying to
even just
blow
like the
anything, okay?
consonants of those
Somebody must have
lines.
nominated me, not
Yeah.
that I blame them.
This was
They
such a fun
directed me.
idea. It's
What
like, oh,
fucking idiot
maybe
would
Brittany
nominate
gets
you?
nominated. And like,
Yeah.
Me.
What?
oh, and it being
Why?
Trish, I love it.
Well, I think
'Cause
you
you're
really
awesome.
are a good friend, and you totally deserve it.
Oh, Trisha.
But
This
it's-
is like this great moment of like, oh yeah,
Thank you.
they're both
Thank you
awful,
for
but
fucking
Trisha's
my entire
delightful.
but
life.
Trisha is
No,
just
I
completely pure.
Is that
Yeah,
Unless
she
Ashley
just, like,
Categorian's in the
you
room.
guys are my
prom
friends.
campaign?
Well, I was trying to.
Why don't
Like, why
we
wouldn't I do
just
something
call
nice for
you
my
Ross
friends?
Perot? Would you like that?
There's a
Also,
great joke.
man, that's a
That's
dated
Ross
reference, but it's
because
so
I
such
only met out with
it's
him
a
once,
perfect
and his mom
joke.
was, like, right
If you don't
next
get it,
You just split the cheerleader
Fucking change your
voting
life.
block and handed the crown to Shay Van Buren. You idiot!
Also, Trisha, you hooked up with the 9th grader? Gross, Trisha.
Way go, Amberly.
there's Amberlynn
remember this
Waggers.
joke?
Oh, good for Amberlynn.
Yeah, she definitely deserves it.
Hey, the fuck is Amberlyn Waggers?
So,
there's 3,000
That's
people at
such a
this school,
fun
and
joke
you've
that
been
we
here for
thought
like
because
2
like
weeks. You're not
I
gonna
went to
know
school with a
everybody.
lot of kids, like 4,000 kids.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, we're not gonna know everybody. I remember when we were trying to figure out this, like, who's gonna get nominated? It can't just be 2 people.
Right,
Time
exactly.
for Shay Van
It's gonna have to be at
Buren's life
least
get
3 or
fucked
4.
in the
Then we're like, well, there'd be somebody that
Is
we that
everything
nobody.
ready?
Yeah,
the
yeah. Who's the
people
random
don't
girl that
interact with.
everyone likes her?
Yeah,
No one's got a
It's
problem
Always
with
always my favorite thing of Amberlynn Waggers is no one will ever say bad
What?
words about her. Dave Van Buren.
Full laugh. Just Mackenzie.
It
Gay.
is fucking Shay Van Buren. Brother, why he just said, my life is over.
It's not that bad.
Are you nuts?
It's really
Do you know
not,
what this
but,
means?
This means
Yeah.
that from now on, Shay Van
This
Buren
was
will
just
always
our
be called
again this
Gay
thing of
Van
like
Buren.
the stakes are so crazy high for the dumbest shit. Like you get a nickname in high school, you are
I'm gonna
fucked.
end up working at Foster Freeze in fucking Higginsville.
And
Also,
one
again,
just
day,
Foster's Freeze is a
someone will
West
walk
Coast
up to
brand.
order an Oreo
Oh,
Twister.
I was gonna say,
doesn't
I'm
exist
sure there's a Foster Freeze in Higginsville.
I remember you. You're
Shay Van Buren. Hey, it's really not that big of a deal, Shay. It's just prom. Like, nobody even cares about prom. I don't give 2
D'Andrea.
shits about prom.
This is just like
too.
That's what I
such a
say.
quintessential D'Andrea like foundational
Yeah.
moment. Of like, I don't
This
give a fuck,
fucking
I don't
episode
care.
has so many shadows of my hand flying around. It's like, God damn it,
It
Mark.
is.
Finalist for the prom queen is Deandra.
This is also one of my favorite gifs that's emerged from the series. I don't know who like cut the original one that has like
I'm gonna
the
be the prom queen.
the
Oh, the
text
suck my dick?
flashing. Yeah, suck my dick.
Suck my dick. I did it. I did it.
Well, I also love that, and again, I don't know why we decided to do
guess
this,
we better
but
go out there
that
and
she's
face
announced as
whatever my life
Deandra the
has
new
become.
girl.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not
Like,
so bad. Maybe no
I
one
don't know why at that point we decided
You
we're
really
not going to
think
give away her
so?
last name.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Also,
not my name.
It's not. It looks like fucking Tanner's boyfriend, but it's not. It's Justin in the pink shirt that Tristan ends up wearing. Fun fact.
Oh, that's oh,
Yeah,
what?
'cause-
I
'cause
guess
I'm-
because we didn't have his shirt or something.
No, like I don't think he had a shirt yet. I don't think he'd been.
Oh,
in his
right, because they
team
were
yet,
all
where-
naked in the first.
They're all naked in the first one, so we gave him that shirt, and then eventually gave Tristan the same shirt, even though Tristan and Justin look pretty similar.
Almost identical.
Yep.
So that's episode 10. Gay Van Buren. You know, me and Carlo were talking about how obviously, maybe that episode is aged poorly because obviously it's not necessarily a funny joke. Not necessarily. It's not funny anymore to call someone gay as a negative or anything. Nor do I think it really was then. I think it's more of just if there's any pun, you're fucked.
Right.
It really doesn't matter. I mean, clearly in the episode, we've already discussed that none of the characters give a shit about if you're gay or not. It's really more of just like, you get that nickname, that's going to be who you are, and you're made fun of for life.
Yeah, exactly. It's, it's like, it's the simplest stuff that sticks to you.
Right. It's like, okay, you poisoned all of us and threw us all in the bathroom. It's like, well, I came up with a nickname that's going to stick with you.
And those are equals.
Yeah, exactly. And mine was worse. Mine now you are ruined.
Now
You're
we
the
really
foster
got you.
trees.
Yeah.
Did you have a nickname in high school, or did you ever get tagged with the nickname?
I never did. The only thing that was close was when I was in college. I had a roommate who tried to make CeeLo happen, and I shut that shit down immediately.
Oh, CeeLo for your name?
As in Carlo. And they're like, I walked into the house one day. He was like, "Yo, what's up, CeeLo?" And I was like, "No,
Dude,
we're not
you
doing
hung
that."
out with fucking douchebags.
I hung out with huge douchebags. My roommates were giant douchebags, and I was a giant douchebag.
Yeah.
I had a Fox Racing basketball jersey.
Carlo, if you guys ever visit Carlo's social media and you see some of the old pictures of him he posts, he was a nightmare in college.
We're going to cut some of those images in right now, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe. We'll cut that in for the social media.
There you go.
I didn't have a nickname as far as that tied in with my name. Obviously, because I had red hair, I would get made, people would throw jokes at me like Carrot Top, but not really much.
Yeah, that's not going to stick.
When I was in the 5th grade, I really got haunted by a girl who was bullying me, calling me Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. So fuck Mark Wahlberg.
Wait.
Because he fucked up my junior high.
So did everybody call
school.
you that full thing the whole time, or did it ever get shortened?
No, it was mostly that. It was mostly this one girl bullying me. Jordan Simmons. I'll say your name fucking out loud. I'm not even afraid of you
fucking
anymore,
light her
Jordan.
up. Light her up.
Dude, Jordan, who I believe was roughly a foot shorter than me and was just
She had her own
rag
self-hold
on me and bully me around. I mean, I'm sure she tells the story differently because I'm sure I made fun of her as well. We just, young kids are monsters.
Yep.
But
that's what our entire show is predicated on.
I fucking hated Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch being called that.
That takes so much effort.
Yeah, maybe that's what hurt the most.
To throw that out. I once had a trainer. This is when I was like in my 20s. I had a trainer who's a really cool guy.
Clearly not recently.
Oh, what's up? But he was a former NFL lineman, and he would call me Big C. Like when I was doing bench presses and stuff, he'd be like, "Come on, Big C, you got this, Big C." I felt like the coolest guy ever.
That's why
it empowered me so much.
When I was in high school, the only nickname I ever had was I had a football coach who called me Red, which I really didn't love. But especially because he would fucking scream. Like when I'd get in trouble, I'd be like, "Red, God damn it." I mean, he'd lose his shit. He also, by the way, was a redhead. So I feel like maybe that's why he felt he could fucking drop that shit.
Oh, is that kind of thing?
I also got called Red once when I was walking home from school in elementary school by an 80-year-old man who was out weeding his garden.
So I just
walked past him and he goes, "What's up, Red?" And I'm like, "Oh," I think I cried. I think I was horrified. I was like, "What the fuck?"
It's
like an old man just fucking
thing.
I'm sure he was like, "Yeah, I'm being cool." It's back in my day, kids being called Red was fine, but it wasn't my fun day. So I definitely can relate to getting branded with a nickname is
instantly
awful. I mean, I'm so goddamn self-conscious and have such low self-esteem. I think I would be terrified to have anything brand me, as we've covered clearly in this podcast.
This is very true. This is very true.
The thing that I did love in this episode was when we came up with the idea that Trisha voted for Brittany, which causes some fun drama, which is fun to see Brittany McKenzie. And of course, later we'd really explore that.
Right.
But just the idea of oh, she did it because you're a nice person. You're a good friend. And
why would I not do that?
Yeah, and it's it was literally, it's like a breath mint in this show that just kind of like, how can everyone be awful all the time? And it was like, oh no, we can take a nice refreshing moment, and it adds a little bit of dynamic, a little more complexity that makes this, for me, even more fun.
Yeah, I think what's so interesting about this episode, like, we go so many different places in this episode. There's a lot of scenes, right? It's a lot more similar to, traditional sitcom writing where you have very short scenes, all rapid fire. And we explore a lot of different dynamics that end up really blossoming throughout the course of the series of like, oh, right, Trisha is very pure and nice in the way that she thinks. She's childlike. And there's a constant tension between Mackenzie and Brittany. Mackenzie's always making sure that Brittany doesn't get too high up that she could possibly dethrone her. And there's all of these different elements at play that are we're just kind of laying the seeds here, really not even intentionally. It's just stuff that we would go on to explore through the course of the series.
Yeah. And in fact, it even it leads to one of my favorite speeches in the entire series. I guess I have a lot, but one of them is, I think in season 4, when Trisha gives a big speech about why she's with them, because it is this thing of like, Trisha's such a sweet, nice person. Why is she around these two awful girls who are not necessarily great with her? But, she explains, it's because you're my friends, and that's what you do. When you have friends, you're with them, and it's like, I love that fucking little speech, and that's, kind of a big resolution to this thing we're setting up here of like, she's sweet and nice. She's just in this crew.
Exactly. Of like, she, like, this is what she enjoys doing. These are the people she enjoys being around. And she has a place where she feels like she belongs, which I think is a big thing. Like, it's a recurrent theme for our show, but that's such an important thing in the high school experience that I think a lot of kids don't get is you feel like you don't belong at all. And that's a lot of what our show was about of like, this is for the people who feel like they don't belong.
Everyone has their little ecosystem. Everyone's got a friend. Even Than gets teamed up and finds people occasionally. And again, Than just doesn't have anybody for his own reason.
Right. Than's always the one pushing people away.
Yeah, exactly. But it is a thing of like, everyone's got somebody, but everyone wants something, for better or for worse, whether they should or should not want it. They want more, and it's going to cause all kinds of issues. Probably the only person that doesn't want more is Mackenzie. She just wants to hold on.
Exactly. That's always her thing, is she is trying to maintain. She's not trying to get anything more because she already has everything. And I think that's also one of the core parts of the show is we never let any character like Rachel turns out to be a monster as soon as she gets the tiniest hint of power, right? Like, she's trying to climb, but as soon as she possibly gets a taste of that, she's worse than all of them. And with everybody, we made a point of never, aside from Trisha, never letting anybody be too likable. Let's say.
Yeah, no one's perfect.
Yeah,
everyone's a little awful and maybe a little good.
We would always see their, the negative side of their personality. If we're humanizing them, we're also showing what kind of a monster they could be.
What's the other thing we show in this episode with Amberlyn Weggers?
Right.
Where we were like, there's a girl who isn't involved in the power battle, so no one has a problem with her.
Exactly.
It's like, so these girls are not just awful to everybody. They're not just mean all around. It's, if you are a threat to them, or you're challenging them, or you have history with them, then yeah, they're probably awful. Because at this point, we've never seen these girls be okay with anyone else. They're always against the person they're talking to. And so that was like a nice thing of like, oh, but there's plenty of people at the school that they're oh, great. Good for them. Very nice. No big deal.
I think like Amber, any chance that we had to find a thing that everybody has at their school, we would dive into that, right? Like everybody had like that one person at the school that everybody was cool with. It was like, oh yeah, no,
who's just like, that's just undeniably the nicest, sweetest person ever.
Yeah, exactly. I got no problem with them. And it's just, and like, I think that's why those moments resonate. You and I talk about like one of our favorite jokes that we didn't write is that joke in Superbad of Steven Glansberg of the kid that eats.
Oh, exactly.
Like that's like a core defining, like, this is kind of what our show is of. Like, there's all these side things that mean everything to the main, to the characters in the show. They have all this lived in history of like, everybody knows Amberlyn Weggers, right? Everybody knows that she's totally cool and deserves everything, and nobody's going to say a bad thing about her, to the point that eventually the one person who does talk shit on Amberlynn Weggers is Jenna Darabont, and that's how we know that she's evil.
Yeah, that's how you know she's the real bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Bad.
But don't worry, she gets hers.
Oh, and then obviously we end it with Deandra, who supposedly doesn't care about all of this and is not that interested, and is really just about what she can get for herself, food and whatever. Why she doesn't care about hierarchy or status until it's teased that maybe she would get the crown. Then it's like, well, never mind. Fuck everybody. I did want that. I do want it. I just didn't think I was going to get it.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
It's exactly right. It's like that. We can all just say, oh, I would never behave that way or do that just so I could have fame and money. It's like, unless someone said you could have fame and money, then I bet you'd sell your fucking soul to the devil right now.
Then if you get the smallest amount of it, you'll end up yelling at someone in a Vegas casino about who you're going to thank.
You can start out, what a round story we've told here today. You can start out as people, comedians and writers trying to do your art form, but at the end of the day, you're going to end up some piece of shit screaming in a Vegas casino about whether or not you should thank your agent. You fucking douchebags.
God damn, man.
God fucking damn it. That's so fucking funny. Well, there you go. That's full circle right there. I don't think we can end it any better than that.
Nope.
Oh, thank you guys for listening. Be sure to let us know what you guys are thinking about this. Next episode, we're going to have our first guests on the show. Very excited about that. Going to have Garrett Mendez in, hopefully, as we go into episode 11.
There's a specific reason why Garrett's going to be the first episode.
That's right. We get into the infamous Ashley Cacciadorian speech, maybe one of the more iconic moments in the history of the show.
Dude, that's one of the more iconic moments in the history of the internet.
Oh, wow.
Really
Wow.
is.
So here's that ego showing right back up.
Don't worry. I'll be yelling at you in a casino sometime soon.
Follow us on social media. Listen to this on Spotify. Let us know what you guys are thinking. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.